Lock screens have been around for just about as long as smartphones have. Now, the average smartphone user apparently checks his or her smartphone 110 times a day, and for most, a lock screen is what they see most often. Now, lock screens have become smarter as phones have become smarter, now becoming a major way that we operate our phones, from checking useful notifications to interacting with our phones in various ways. In this video, I take a look at some very interesting lock screens that you can download for Android: Arc Display, Dynamic Notifications, Widget Locker, Locket, and Cover Lock Screen. Now, Arc Display is a promising lock screen available for free on Google Play. Now, Arc Display is really geared towards some controls around the notifications that you receive. Now, it's a simple, attractive lock screen which displays the time and any notifications you received underneath. So as you see, if you hold onto the notification icon, it will display details of the email or SMS or whatever notification you've just received. One of the nice touches is the way the background changes depending on the notification that you receive. And then you can simply swipe down to dismiss. A simple swipe across the lock screen anywhere will unlock the phone in a nice attractive animation. And one of the pluses of Arc Display is the fact that it has music controls built in, and as you can see, the background changes to match the album art of the track you're playing. On the downside, for those who are security conscious, there are no security controls built in, and a press of the home button will exit the lock screen, so consider this if security is a prime concern for you. But overall, Arc Display is a simple, well-designed lock screen and useful for those who like to check and dismiss notifications straight from their lock screen. Next up is Dynamic Notifications, which provides a very close experience to the lock screen of the Moto X. The default lock screen shows a circular unlock icon from which you can swipe to unlock. So when you receive a notification, the lock icon changes to that particular app as well as waking the screen. You can then hold on to the icon to preview your notification and then either swipe to open the app, to dismiss the notification, or just unlock the phone. Usefully, you can have a list of blocked applications whose notifications won't show up, so you can be sure that any notifications that do show up are the ones you really want to see. Usefully, it's got music controls built in, so when you have a track playing, you can very easily switch to a new track or pause or go back. It doesn't contain any more useful information like the track or artist name, but it's useful to have nonetheless. But I think the killer feature for me of dynamic notifications is its motion controls. You can set it so that when you take the phone out of your pocket, the lock screen will automatically show up. And this also applies for turning the phone over when it's stationary on a desk. Now this is particularly useful and definitely saves you a few button presses over the course of a day. It also has security built in, so you can set a pattern or pin unlock. I also like how you can set your notifications to breathe, so if the phone is on your desk and you receive a notification and do nothing, the screen will time out, but will come back after a preset time. Now this is useful if you don't want to miss notifications after the first time they appear, and it also looks pretty cool. The simplicity and great styling, plus the security features, as well as the motion controls and gesture recognition of dynamic notifications means that this is definitely a lock screen you ought to consider. Next up is Widget Locker. Now, Widget Locker has been around for a while now, and was one of the first lock screens I started to use about a couple of years back. Now, Widget Locker's main selling features are its degree of customizability, so you can include your own widgets on your lock screen. So in the setup mode, you can choose from a range of unlock swipers, from Jelly Bean styled to the old iPhone style and even HTC. Some of the choices are now becoming a bit dated, but it really is nice to have a choice, and you can create some really unique looking lock screens. Just as an example, here's the old Motorola slide unlocker, and here's the old HTC one. Remember this? You can also add widgets and applications and shortcuts to the lock screen, similar to the way that you would normally do on your home screen by long pressing anywhere. So now I'm going to add a widget for PowerAmp, which is my preferred music player on Android. And you'll see that once I do add it in, that you can then sort of control your music from your lock screen. Now, this differs from normal music controls on other lock screens because they normally show up after a track's being played, but having a widget on your lock screen to initiate it is something that I haven't seen before. So I created this lock screen in about 2 minutes by adding a slider and a custom clock widget. And it shows just how customizable your lock screen can be. Here's another example, which is based on this sort of standard Jelly Bean unlock screen with some additional media controls built in. Sadly, security features aren't built into Widget Locker, but this is one of the few downsides of an otherwise very good lock screen app. Now next up is Lockit, and its unique selling point is its ability to deliver news straight to your lock screen. It's currently available in beta and is available for free on Google Play. Now its unique selling point are the news stories that are integrated with your lock screen, so you can set up Lockit with certain topics that you're interested in, from news, tech, fashion, etc. So the lock screen interface is very good looking, providing a full screen picture of the relevant news story. You can also scroll across a maximum of 5 stories that Lockit has chosen for you. So from the lock screen slider, you can choose to either unlock to your phone, you can choose to like the story, or unlock straight to the Lockit app to read the story in full. Now Lockit will really appeal to those who want easy access to their news stories every time they turn on their phone. And the lock screen itself is fairly attractive and provides a bit of randomness to your lock screen because you never know what news story is going to flash up. One downside is that there are no music controls provided by Lockit, and also customizability of the lock screen is a bit limited. For example, there's no way of changing the swipe options, and there's no security options like a PIN or password. Now add to that you can still access your notification shade and press the home button to exit the lock screen, which means that security is not a strong suit of Lockit. It really is a news provider that provides a bit of a lock screen. And one other downside is that there can sometimes be a bit of a delay between waking up your phone and the lock screen appearing. So if security isn't important to you and you want an attractive way of seeing topical stories on your lock screen, then give Lockit a try. Now, last up is CoverLocker. Now, CoverLocker offers another twist to the traditional lock screen. It's currently in beta, available for free on Google Play, and its unique feature is quick launching apps on the side which change according to your location and time of day. Now it will learn what apps you use most either at home or work and when you're out, for example, and will tailor the app list to match. It'll also update the wallpaper depending on where it thinks you are, and you can select from pre-installed ones or use your own pictures. Now, interestingly, it also offers you the opportunity to peek at apps on your shortlist by partially sliding the lock screen to the side like so. I'm not entirely convinced, about the need to peek. Most of the time you just rather open up the app itself. But perhaps there are one or two situations where a quick peek at some information is quite useful. And if you select an app and fully slide across, then it will actually open up the app in its entirety for you as well. It also scores bonus points for including music controls, as well as security, although in this instance it does default to your default lock screen security, so you have to go through 2 layers if you want security with CoverLocker. Overall, CoverLocker is a very unique lock screen with tailored app shortcuts and the ability to sneak out information. It's definitely worth a try. So there you go, some interesting choices in this video for those of you who want to try and customize their lock screen experience on Android. And why wouldn't you? If we really do check our phones as many times as the stats would suggest, then your lock screen is going to be your first port of call each and every time. So why not tailor it to what you want? If you've got any suggestions, or if I've missed out one of your favourites, then give me a shout in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.